Hello everyone, my name is Leslie Cornwell. I'm a certified nurse midwife with Midwifery Business Consultation. I'm very excited about our How to Start a Birth Center workshop that we have created. I have had so many questions from people. How do you do it? What are the detailed steps you need to know to make a successful birth center, especially in today's ever-changing economy? So a little bit about me. I've been part of healthcare for over 16 years. I worked labor and delivery. I worked high-risk hospitals, low-risk hospitals, small community, birth centers, home birth practices. I helped a physician get started a birth center with state regulations that had a private birth center across the street from a hospital. I've been part of my own private birth center home birth practice for many years. So I've been on all directions, and right now I've got the opportunity to be a midwifery director for a hospital-affiliated birth center. So I'm very blessed to be able to use all my knowledge I've gotten over the years to help midwives, physicians, whoever wants to start a birth center in their community. It is very possible. I always stress at the beginning of my videos that I am not a lawyer, an accountant. These are things I have learned over time that have really helped, just the details, the accounting, the zoning, the collaboration agreements, policies, regulations, insurance reimbursement, what services to offer, how to train staff. I mean, there's so much to think about with starting a birth center. So my goal of this course is to help find out, is this a good fit for you? Is this a good time in your life to start a birth center? We all have bucket listed dreams, and maybe your kids are young, maybe you just got out of school, maybe you don't have right now the financial capability to start this birth center. That's okay. Keep working on it. It takes time. There's years of planning to start a birth center. I worked very hard to start one in a year and a half, and that was starting small and growing. So most of the time when you want a birth center, it takes 2 to 4 years of planning, depending on how big and how much capital is needed and involved. So a little bit about birth centers. There's a great new birth center history book out that came out in 2017. I strongly encourage everyone to read it. Part of this course, and there's lots of great documents that you can download throughout the sections. One of them is recommended reading for if you're considering to start a birth center. Goes to personal development, professional development, billing suggestions, resources, organizational tips. Lots and lots of things you could really use if you're considering starting a birth center. A little bit about the history of birth centers. I personally think they're going to grow so much the next 20 to 30 years. Our healthcare system in the United States is getting so terribly expensive. It used to be in the house. It used to be all with midwives till about the early 1900s. Remember, hospitals were designed as sick houses. They're not meant to be for normal, healthy moms and babies to be delivered. And as the economy and the consumers are paying more and more for their health insurance and their responsibility towards medical care, they're going to start questioning more, why do I have all this extra testing? Why do I have all this extra things that I'm normal and healthy? And so a birth center is going to fill that need. Home births are amazing, but sometimes you're 30-40 minutes from the closest hospital. Sometimes the resources available and the trained care providers that are offering home births aren't an option. So many times a birth center is a great balance. If you can get a facility across the street from a hospital, you're going to fit, when minutes matter, that safety net that you would like to have, but you have a home away from home. So I truly believe birth centers are going to grow and grow like crazy for multiple reasons. Consumer demand, the balance between home and hospital setting, and just the rising cost of healthcare. Our national C-section rate is around 35%. We are worse with our infant and maternal mortality than many underdeveloped countries. So that tells you a lot. There's things in the United Healthcare system, the United States healthcare system, that really needs to be changed. And that has to do with the experts in normal taking care of normal. We work great with physicians, our collaborations, if we need something for women. I think sometimes our United States healthcare system really is, obstetricians are doing most of the deliveries when they're trained to be high-risk care providers. Netherlands, Denmark, many European countries have amazing outcomes for out-of-hospital births. Midwives are the main point of care for maternity services. And you see a high-risk care provider if you risk out of your midwife. I had a great doula colleague once say, why do we don't go to an orthodontist or a high-risk dentist to clean our teeth. We go to the most appropriate dentist that does those services. So why in our healthcare system for maternity aspect do we instantly go to the most high-risk care provider versus starting out with the one who has the training and skills to take care of low risk and then get you the direction you need to be if you're high risk? So I'm a huge fan of midwives and birth centers, and look forward to teaching you in the many courses to come how to start a birth center. Hi, thank you.